enterprise interoperability at the bedside and beyond. Today we're going to look at how 6 different systems come together to complete a full solution for patient care and patient safety. Along with Responder Enterprise, we have the Mobile Heartbeat Clinical Communication Application, Epic EHR, Stryker iBed, P-Care Virtual Nursing, and Midmark RTLS. We're going to take a moment because our system decided to reboot here. But what we're going to look at is a scenario between our nurse and our patient. We know that patients like to get up and move out of bed and not always use their call light to call out to their nurse, no matter how much education is provided to that patient. So the scenario we're going to look at is the 6 systems coming together to prevent that patient fall. Looking at the communication that is sent out to not just the nurse caring for the patient, but the rest of the staff that are on the floor, and how the patient can engage with these systems as well to receive the support and education that they need. If after the demonstration you have any questions or would like to get into these solutions, please feel free to come forward. When a patient arrives to a hospital, they go through registration. That registration happens through our Epic ADT feed.
Right, so here at Epic, I'm in the ED manager, and our patient Riley finally has a bed available to her, so I'm going to move her to her bed 302. And now this will send an ADT message via the interface containing patient demographics and other information that could be helpful for the Responder Enterprise team.
As soon as that is sent over, the patient is available for the nurse to assign themselves or a unit secretary to assign that staff member via the web application. Our nurse is going to assign himself today. We're going to watch as Sam finds his patient, creates his assignment. And as he's still navigating through the web application, as soon as the assignment is made in the enterprise web application, it is sent over to Mobile Heartbeat. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. Before Sam steps away from the web application, he checks the census board. The census board gives a view of all of the patients that are on the unit. He can check the status of his patients and see if there's any active nurse call associated with his patient assignment. So like I said, as soon as Sam made his assignment in the web application, that flows right over into the Mobile Heartbeat Clinical Communication Application.
Hi, the Mobile Heartbeat Application Banyan allows caregivers to communicate securely through voice and text, including the pillow speaker in the patient bed. What you're seeing here is our Banyan app, and you can see the text messages from the nurse has been sending. You have access to the directory as well as patients. So for the sake of this demo, we're going to click into patients, and you will see Riley Klein. From Riley Klein, you click on Riley, and you now have access to the care team.
So all of the calls that are routed for Sam's assignment will go to Sam's phone. The right call, the right patient, the right time, the right provider that's there. So Sam is ready to start his day. Assignment has been made in the web application, seamlessly flows over to Mobile Heartbeat application. Let's take a look at the patient room and our patient status. In the patient room, we have our Stryker iBed. Today, our patient is a fall risk, so our bed exit alarm is triggered. On the corridor light outside the room, there is a yellow segment that indicates to all the staff on the unit that this patient is a fall risk. Inside the room as well, we have a workflow device called Converge, Enterprise Converge, that allows staff to walk into the room utilizing their RTLS system, and customized role-specific workflows will appear on the screen just through that RTLS to Enterprise integration. So back to our scenario, our patient starts to get a little bit restless. The crossword puzzle isn't keeping her attention as much, and she starts moving around, wants to get out of bed. Keeping in mind this patient is a fall risk, as she moves out of bed, the iBed triggers the alarm. We can see the Mobile Heartbeat phone application receives that message. Our corridor light was flashing to let us know and let all the staff know that that is the room that needs attention. As the staff member has walked into the room, a green segment appears on the corridor light, so the rest of the unit is aware that that patient is being cared for. The nurse comes into the room, provides the patient with the pillow speaker, reminds them to please call, don't fall. What you might not know about this scenario is this has happened about 10 times in the last hour. So, utilizing our Converge device, the staff member is going to engage with a virtual nursing session to provide more education and support for that patient to remember to please call and not fall. Once the virtual nursing session is selected from the Converge device, the corridor light will indicate that a virtual nursing consultation is occurring, so other staff members do not come into the room and disrupt the session. P-Care Virtual Nursing will receive that alert and initiate the conversation.
Right? So one of my goals when I started in healthcare, it was mind boggling, right? People were still using fax and scanners and things like that. So my personal goal, sometimes I like to call it, is healthcare is not industry in US, which is still.
All right, so our patient received that re-up education and support that they need to understand to please utilize the call light instead of getting out of bed or there. So we have just witnessed how these 6 systems come together to prevent a patient fall, to notify our staff of the status of the patient, and to show that ease of communication of patient care. Are there any questions on the demonstration? Anyone want to step closer and dive deeper into any of the solutions?